Hello students and welcome to your English language class. Today in this class we'll be taking up the first part, A Baker from Goa, from your chapter Glimpses of India. Okay, and this chapter has been written by Lucio Rodrigues. Now Lucio introduces us to a traditional Goan village baker who still has an important place in the society. And this chapter consists of the author's nostalgic memories of childhood associated particularly with the baker, and goes on to describe how the bakers of those days looked like and what their association with the contemporary society was. Now you must be knowing that the Goan people are quite attached to their colonial past under the Portuguese rule. So now let us start reading the text. Now, first of all, what images of people and of places come to your mind when you think of our country? You know, India is an amalgamation of a lot of cultures, a lot of religions. You will find people of all caste, creed, and religion, right? And each place has its own tradition, own customs, and own values. So, it's a combination of various cultures and traditions and customs, and people have their own taste, and they wear their own kind of dresses and their traditional wear, right? So in this chapter we'll be having the glimpses of India. Okay, so basically we'll be studying about Goa, the culture that is followed there. Then we'll be studying about Coorg, that's a place, that's a hill station in Karnataka, and also about Assam, right? So first of all, we'll be reading about A Baker from Goa. So this is a pen portrait of a traditional Goan village baker who still has an important place in his society. Pen portrait means when you describe a person in words. Okay, you are not actually making a sketch out of him, but you are describing him in words. So basically what the author has done in this chapter, he has described the traditional Goan village baker in his own words. Now our elders are often heard reminiscing nostalgically about those good old Portuguese days. Now here the author is saying that people still remember those days as good old Portuguese days, with the Portuguese people and their famous loaves of bread. Okay, so basically the elders still remember those good old days when they were ruled by the Portuguese people. The Portuguese and their famous loaves of bread. So they still miss those good old days, and they still miss the famous loaves of bread that they used to eat. Now those eaters of loaves might have vanished, but the makers are still there. So those eaters of loaves are not there anymore. They have most probably expired, and the makers are still there. Maybe their younger generation are still there. Okay, we still have amongst us the mixers, the molders, and those who bake the loaves. So we still can find people who used to do the jobs of mixing and molding, and those who did the job of baking the loaves. So the tradition, the profession is still carried forward by the younger generation. Now those age-old time-tested furnaces still exist. You know what a furnace is? जो जिसको हिंदी में हम भट्टी कहते हैं, जिसमें जो ये ब्रेड है उसको बेक किया जाता है. Okay, so like in recent times we have microwave ovens and most advanced kind of ovens, right? We don't have furnaces anymore, and these are not used, but in Goa they still have these age old furnaces. The fire in the furnaces has not yet been extinguished, means the flame is still going on, the furnaces are still being used. The thud and the jingle of the traditional baker's bamboo. heralding his arrival in the morning can still be heard in some places. So the traditional bakers, how they used to sell their breads, they used to carry big baskets on their head, and they used to carry a bamboo staff in their hands, and they used to make the sound of thud and jingle. Okay, and that used to announce their arrival in the morning. And those sounds can still be heard in some places. That means the tradition is still going on. They are still selling the breads in the same way that they used to in the past days. Maybe the father is not alive, but the son still carries on the family profession. So जो father है, maybe he is no more, but his son is carrying forward the family profession. जो उनका traditional profession था, family का business था, the son is still carrying on with it. Now these bakers are even today known as pader in Goa, और इनको ट्रेडिशनली जिस नाम से बुलाया जाता था आज भी उन्हें उसी नाम से लोग जानते हैं, एंड दे आर नोन एज पेडर्स. ओके, नॉट बेकर्स, पेडर्स इन गोवा. Now during our childhood in Goa, the baker used to be our friend, companion and guide. So the author is remembering his good old childhood days when the baker used to be very friendly, and he used to come to their place and they used to interact with each other, and he was more of a friend, okay, more of a companion and more of a guide rather than just a baker. Now he used to come at least twice a day, and the baker used to visit them twice in a day. Once when he set out in the morning on his selling round, and then again when he returned after emptying his huge basket. So twice in a day he used to visit them. First when he used to start his selling round, when he used to go for his selling round, when he used to go and sell his breads door to door, and then again when he returned back to his home. So he used to just pay a visit before going to his home. Okay. Now the jingling thud of his bamboo woke us up from sleep, and we ran to meet and greet him. Why was it so? Now the children, the author must be a child at that time, and he used to be very excited, and he used to just wake up from his sleep, and they used to run to meet and welcome him. Why was it so? Because he used to bring them sweet bangles. Okay, they were kind of like we have in recent times, we have these donuts. So they had those sweet bangles. Okay, those are sweet breads which the children used to like a lot. Okay, so was it for the love of the loaf? Not at all. Okay, they were not interested in the bread, but they were interested in the sweet bangles that he used to carry along with him. The loaves were brought by some Paskin or Baston, the maid servant of the house. So the children were not interested in the loaves of bread, but they were interested in the sweet bread bangles. What we longed for were those bread bangles which we chose carefully. Now loaves of bread were bought by the maid servants of the house, और उनका नाम शायद यहाँ Paskin और Baston दिया हुआ है. So he was not sure who used to purchase the loaves for the house, but they were more interested in the bread bangles. Okay, और जिनको वो बहुत carefully choose करते थे. Sometimes it was sweet bread of special make, so he used to garnish them with cherries and all to make them look good. Okay, and he always used to carry the bread bangles along with him. The baker made his special entry on the scene with the jang jang sound of his specially made bamboo staff. So his entry was very musical, because before coming, his sound, the sound that he used to make with his specially crafted bamboo staff. Okay, so it was a musical kind of sound that the bamboo staff used to produce, and that made his entry quite musical. So one hand supported the basket on his head, and the other banged the bamboo on the ground. So that was his usual style, that he used to carry the basket with one hand. He supported the basket with one hand, and the other hand used to bang the bamboo on the ground. Okay, so he never used to call people by names, or he never used to announce anything. Just he used to bang the bamboo, and that used to be the um, announcement or the sign that he has arrived. Okay, so he would greet the lady of the house with good morning and then place his basket on the vertical bamboo. Now he used to balance the basket on the bamboo, and he used to greet or welcome the lady of the house with a good morning. We kids would be pushed aside with a mild rebuke. Rebuke means the children used to get a little scolding, and the loaves would be delivered to the servant. Okay. Whenever the baker used to arrive in the morning, what happened? The kids used to surround him, and the lady of the house used to push them aside. Okay, and they used to scold them a little, and the baker used to deliver the or give the loaves to the servant. But we would not give up. The children never used to give up. We would climb a bench or the parapet and peep into the basket. Okay, the children used to be very curious, and they always managed to climb a bench or something, whichever was there. So they used to stand up on that, and they used to look into the basket. Sorry. Somehow I can still recall the typical fragrance of those loaves. Okay, the author still misses the fragrance of those loaves, and loaves for the elders and the bangles for the children. Then we did not even care to brush our teeth or wash our mouths properly. The children never used to bother about the fact that whether they have rinsed or they have brushed their teeth or not. And why should we? Who would take the trouble of plucking the mango leaf for the toothbrush? Okay, it was a traditional village, and they used to brush their teeth with mango leaves. Okay, that must be the tradition there. And why was it necessary at all? And the children can never understand the necessity of brushing their teeth, right? The tiger never brushed his teeth. Now that was the logic that they used to give, that no animal brushed their teeth, so why should we? Hot tea could wash and clean up everything so nicely after all. That's one more logic that they used to give, that if you sip hot tea, then it's just as good as your mouthwash. Okay. Now marriage gifts are meaningless without the sweet bread known as the bowl. Just as a party or a feast loses its charm without bread. वहाँ पे it was a tradition that they used to give sweet bread as a marriage gift, and it was traditionally known as bowl. Okay, और जब भी वहाँ कोई get together function या party होती थी, so if breads are not available, you do not serve bread to the guest, then it becomes very meaningless. Okay, it won't be very charming. Okay, not enough can be said to show how important a baker can be for a village. So as you can see, in Goa they follow Christianity. You'll find people following Christianity as their main religion. So their eating habits are basically those of the Christians, and they prefer eating breads. Okay, so on every occasion, however big or small it is, they always serve breads or cakes or pastries. On every occasion, on every get together, they are bound to serve cakes or pastries or breads. So you ought to have a baker in the village. The lady of the house must prepare sandwiches on the occasion of her daughter's engagement, and it was a custom there that whenever there's an engagement or a ring ceremony, then the lady of the house must prepare sandwiches for the guests. Now cakes and bolinas are a must for Christmas as well as other festivals. Now Christmas is their main festival, so they used to bake cakes and bolinas, and they used to exchange gifts, so which was breads or cakes or things like that. Now thus the presence of the baker's furnace in the village is absolutely essential. Okay, so it was quite essential for the village to have a baker's furnace, and they must have a baker in the village. The baker or bread seller of those days had a peculiar dress known as the kabai. Now they used to wear traditional dress. The bakers used to dress up like a proper traditional wear, जो उनका जो पहनते थे वो traditional dress, and it was known as kabai. It was a single piece long frock reaching down to the knees. That was a very traditional dress. The bakers used to dress up like that. They used to wear long frocks which were knee length. Now in our childhood we saw bakers wearing a shirt and trousers, and later on they switched on to wearing shirt and trousers which were shorter than full length ones and longer than half pants. So they were quarter, you can say quarter pants. Okay. So even today, anyone who wears a half pant which reaches just below the knees invites the comment that he is dressed like a pader. So if someone wears a pant like a capri pant, then he will be called, or he will be commented as that he has dressed like a pader. The baker usually collected his bills at the end of the month. So they never used to get paid on a daily basis but on a monthly basis. Now monthly accounts used to be recorded on some wall in pencil, and they never used to make accounts, or they never used to maintain logbooks. They just used to jot down their monthly accounts on walls with pencils. Now baking was indeed a profitable profession in the old days. The baker and his family never starved. Now every household used to buy breads, so it was quite a profitable profession in the old days. And he and his family and his servants always looked happy and prosperous. Now जो बेकर था उसकी फैमिली और इवन उसके सर्वेंट्स वो काफ़ी हैप्पी और काफ़ी कंटेंट लगते थे. ओके, दे यूज्ड टू बी वेरी happy go lucky sort of people. Their plump physique was an open testimony to this, and they used to look very healthy and very plump. Okay, so one can easily say that they are quite happy, and they are quite they are earning a lot of profit. Okay, so even today any person with a jackfruit like physical appearance is easily compared to a baker. So you must have seen a jackfruit. Okay, so if a person looks like a jackfruit or a pineapple, you can say, then he is easily compared to a baker, because they have their belly protruding and they are quite plump. Okay, so bakers are usually foodies. You can say they are foodies and they like eating food a lot. Now I hope you have understood this chapter. You have to write a short summary of this chapter and try doing these question answers and submit your homework by 3 o'clock tomorrow. Thank you for watching this video.